What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to go over this upcoming week. As far as expectations, where I see things going, go over the data points, everything that you need to know. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So it did go down 4.54% on Friday, a new 52-week and all-time low. This has been a very aggressive downtrend. And like I said on my last video, I talked on all the data points and all the reasons why Lucid is in reality going down. Nothing has really changed. But of course, based on some data points that are coming out, more specifically on Thursday and Friday, so there is GDP on Thursday and PCE on Friday, there could be a little bit more of a positive rally as a result of these, which Lucid could very much benefit from. And a lot of people as well are talking on how the recent issuance, 3 billion issuance, is closing on June the 26th, so on Monday. So a lot of people are talking on how that's going to actually help Lucid and cause it to go up. And unfortunately, me not being a financial advisor, so you guys always ultimately do your own due diligence, I do disagree with it a little bit, because this purchase and this transaction is being done on the primary market, not the secondary market, which a lot of retail investors and institutions do trade on. So it's completely a different market. So technically, I get if this whole transaction was being done on obviously the open market, that would very much cause it to go up, but it's not. So once again, make sure you guys always do your own due diligence. And just obviously on a comparable in December, I think it was December 15th, when the PIF recently did buy in last, which was I think 915 million at a price of 10.56. Don't quote me on that. Obviously, that's just going based off of memory, but still, that was done on the primary market. Did not affect the stock price. And obviously, since then, it has since gone down quite a lot. So obviously, like I said, even though I would love for this to be a good catalyst and good justification for Lucid to go up starting on Monday, it might not necessarily be the case. But at the time of doing this video, there hasn't been any SEC filings, no press releases, and as of right now, there isn't really anything known for this upcoming week, Lucid specific. So it is just merely going to be following the technicals, shorts, and broader market. So once again, just be aware of that. As far as looking at the technicals, I'll start off with this. So like I've mentioned, stochastic has been and is considered very oversold. So if there's a good piece of news coming from, let's say GDP, for instance, or Lucid, let's say Gravity for random reason, that could give Lucid a very good justification for it to go up, because 7 is considered very oversold. Number of retail investors were getting out, and as far as where we are sitting on some of the fib levels, so being at $5.47, we are, especially on the one-day chart, very, very oversold. And let's move this to the 4-hour. So even being on that front, like, we are just completely slammed. So in theory, it is just following the psychological level, so around the hold number, so $5.50, $5, and so forth. So that's going to be the next things that you need to watch for. So around $5, surprisingly enough, it might be the next stop for Lucid, potentially. Of course, that's a little bit far-fetched, and who knows how the rest of the week will turn out. But that's something that a lot of people do need to realize. And like I've mentioned on previous videos, with Lucid being how Lucid is and having a huge amount of institutional presence behind it, it kind of is scary. And I do see a lot of people saying that, you know what, at $5, I'm going to buy, and whatever it might be, which definitely hats off to you. $5 is a huge deal, but I would be safer to buy personally if I was to buy again, because I recently did buy in at $5.80. But if I was to buy in next, trying to catch the bottom, I do not think $5 would be it, because if it does break below $5 for 10 consecutive days, with the huge amount of institutional presence within Lucid, it might cause a little bit more of a sell-off, because Lucid would be considered a penny stock. A lot of institutions holding Lucid on margin would be forced to sell, so it might be a little bit more of a domino effect. Very, very sad to see, but you never know, right? It could potentially happen, and I'm just saying it for you guys to anticipate, because even a lot of the data points behind the scenes are all pointing to be very bearish. More specifically, on Friday, there was $16 million in puts being purchased, which is just mind-blowing. That is insane, versus 1.98 million in calls. So clearly big money is anticipating that Lucid is going to go down dramatically. So $16 million is just like next level stuff. And just to put that in perspective, I'll just move this to, let's say, the 2-day chart just to give you a good overview. There was $35 million in puts being purchased versus 4.04 million in calls. So over the last several days, a lot of big money has just been completely betting against Lucid, and it looks like it started right here basically, or around the 20th. So last couple days, just amount of big money getting in for the most part ever since it did break around that $6.15 range. This is where it just got escalated very, very fast and very, very aggressively. So of course, let me know you guys' thoughts on that in the comments below. And similar nature of what I've been bringing up, these are all the transactions that did occur on Friday, which of course I think majority of which is a lot of institutions and ETFs rebalancing their portfolios. But majority of these surprisingly have been sells. Even more specifically, looking right here, $30.4 million. This is the bid, this is the ask. So this was a sell. And so a lot of these transactions have been sells. So it's very, very unfortunate to see at the new 52-week and all-time low, institutions kind of just dumping Lucid, and very much based on options betting against it. So once again, I think that might lead into going into next week a little bit more of a negative aspect. So potentially might be trending down up until the actual GDP numbers that do come out on Thursday. So that's just my own prediction based on that, because like I said on my previous video on why Lucid is truly going down, even this, I didn't even include technically the overall demand. I just talked on more so management and some of those aspects that they're controlling on how it's affecting Lucid go down. But even Tesla is lowering their prices to meet the demand, because I think the demand right now is just, and the current situation within the economy, people aren't willing to spend as much as they once were. So Tesla once again is cutting around $10,000 on their Model S and their X. And even the resale value of, for instance, Lucids are just completely slammed. So $99,000 for a Lucid Air. So that is just completely crazy in my own opinion. But once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. Personally, this upcoming week, I do feel that GDP is going to be the saving grace for a lot of these growth stocks. But I do feel that around the $5.15 to $5.30 range is where it is going to be ending this upcoming week, or by Friday. But once again, that's just my own prediction based on a little bit more of a downtrend Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and a little bit more of a recovery on Thursday and Friday. Because like I said, going into this, it is a little bit more of a falling knife right now, and clearly people are betting very much against it. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Do you think Lucid is going to go down to that, let's say, $5.15 range? Or do you think it is going to break below 5? Or do you think it's going to bounce? What is your take on all of that? And do you feel that because of the closing of the financing, do you think that is going to cause a little bit more of a bump up on Monday? And if so, why? What is your take on that? Because as far as I am aware, and everything that I've read up on this specific one, it is occurring on the primary market, meaning the first market, and this is something that retail investors do not have access to. So again, kind of not really making sense. But once again, let me know you guys' thoughts. Maybe there is something that I am missing on that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing I just wanted to share with you, take advantage of some free promos, link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, you get 1 free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So complete no-brainer just by doing that. And as you can see, throw $100 at the account, you get 5 free stocks, $100 cash reward as well. So this is literally the definition of a free stock. Only up until June the 30th. Take advantage of that while you can. With that said, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.